6 a.m., a famous person, his daughter, and family were traveling to a practice section at Bryant's Mamba Academy in Thousand Oaks. They were in a Sikorsky S-76 helicopter that has a service ceiling of 13,000 feet and a maximum end cruise speed of 178 miles an hour. While some craft were staying down due to low visibility from light rain and foggy weather. The pilot circled above the LA Zoo 6 times at 850 feet because of these visibility problems to wait for an opportunity, apparently. There are more details in other pages. What I'm trying to provide here is the bare minimum of this story and some information that's hard to find, not because it's being made hard to find, but because people stop that just don't include it. The pilot was told he was flying too low for radar at 9:30. They turned south towards the mountains because apparently in that area they had better visibility reported or something. 9:40 a.m. they climbed rapidly from 1,200 feet to 2,000 feet at 185 miles an hour to avoid the cloud layer. The max cruise speed for one of many types of this helicopter is 178. So they're already pushing engine function. Now, there are variants of this that have different engines that have different maximum speeds. I'm just pointing out this information that was presented. And by the way, if anybody's curious, the reason for a discrepancy may be that flight radar or whatever is the source people are using. The information that would be considered officially part of the FAA administration examination may show a completely different speed. By 9:45, the helicopter crashed at a specific location that is not being clearly stated, and it has the stereotypical news story content of people circling the area without just showing on a map the exact location. That's where I'm coming in. Authorities were called by mountain bikers 2 minutes after the impact because they were up there mountain biking. The fire had been extinguished a little bit less than an hour later. This is the flight radar flight path version of it that's recorded. They were trying to get to that airport in the upper left-hand corner, and they ended up going off track of what's normally done for normal aircraft flights, not helicopter flights, but aircraft flights using the roads and highways as markers because that helps, and for fixed-wing aircraft, etc., not just helicopters. Helicopters don't have as many restrictions in some ways. And also, you can see the pilot trying to go towards or be as close to an airport to land in case of a problem. Now, second-guessing pilots isn't something that I'm going to do or you should do unless you're a freaking pilot. And even then, even other pilots don't do it for a very good reason. Unless you were in the cockpit, we do not have a right to do anything here, right? Next. This is one of many very badly done photos of what happened by news sources that will not zoom out. I repeat, do not tilt your camera in such a way that it's in portrait mode and zoom out. I've actually yelled at an actual honest-to-God reporter literally 80 or 90 feet from where I'm sitting, screamed at the cameraman, zoom out and pan around so that we don't have to try to ask you questions you don't want to ask 2 years from now where the hell the image is being taken from. The reporter gave me a dirty look, but the cameraman then swung around and did the due diligence. You're documenting an incident. I'm critiquing this because this is one of the clearest images and does not put things in context. This is a Google Street View as close as I can get to it because in the area, people who are rich told Google not to put cameras on cars in their areas, so we do not have a street view. But this is literally the location that's referenced in one of the news stories and also on the Wikipedia page. And if you're curious, the pilot appears to have been trying really, really hard to go up through or down through. I can't tell which, probably up through, and almost made it out, and that's sad. If he had pulled up a little bit more or been able to, he might have. If he had done a slower speed forward and climbed or did a spiral climb, he might have made it. I don't know, but again, we're not going to second guess a pilot because we weren't in that damn vehicle. The location is indicated on the Google Maps as being that one, matching up with the one that's listed on the Wikipedia article on the death The image you just saw from the street is here, looking up this road. And yes, this entire area here is excluded, and I'm going to just do this. If you tap that, it allows you to have the Street View function click, and it shows you what is excluded. The majority of the area in California, if you don't know about this, has people who do not in my backyard rules and exclude Google Street View. Now, this has nothing to do with the death, obviously. But I do find it infuriating that if you're trying to confirm something by just doing an image comparison, you have to pretty much bend over backwards and twist yourself into a pretzel to get a decent lineup. There should be, by law, a requirement in any area, there's just every city, every state, federal, that they have to let the Google Street View car go through here, so I didn't have to do this. The photo, if you're looking at it, was taken probably from this physical location. On one of the images, you can see a tree to the right, and then you can see a trail going up somewhere, but the context is crap because every cameraman is taught to do non-documentation photos, or anti-documentation photos, or ambiguous photography. That's not ambiguous. This is wholeheartedly, deliberately, belligerently ambiguous. Okay, I'm done with my little rant. Anyway, the guy died along with a lot of his friends and his daughter. And this is sad. And I don't know what happened, but I want to point out something really sad. He almost made it.